My grandma was born in 1926. My mom was born in 1948. So I have combined these two grandmas, because my mom is a grandma, to give you 35 things that I've learned from grandma over the years. Hi everybody, my name is Sarah. Thank you so much for watching today. If you don't know me, I am the owner of FrozenPennies.com. I'm a financial coach, and as a family, we are debt-free. So these are 35 really great tips that I have found that I have remembered learning from both my mom and my grandma combined, because we are a long line of frugal women. Number one, make do and mend. So if you have something that needs to be fixed or mended, like a top or a button falling off of your pants, it's so much better to fix those things than it is to go out and buy something new. Learning how to mend and sew a button is super easy. You can totally look this up on YouTube and figure it out in lickety-split. Even going to places like Family Dollar, Dollar General, or even the dollar store and getting a really super easy, small, simple mending kit with needle and thread is really all you need. Number two, I learned this one from my mom, grow your own food. I know I've talked about this on other videos, but my mom is a master gardener. The woman makes the best pickles, spaghetti sauce, beets, canned corn. You should see her incredible canned goods down in her basement, and even I'm going to insert an image here of the little shelf that she has in her kitchen that's super cute and functional. Speaking of growing your own food, number three, learn how to preserve your own food. Just talked about this. She is a master canner. I didn't get anything like this from her. I didn't get my ability to grow food from her, definitely. It must have been from my dad. And I didn't get my ability to can, so I rely on her skills to give me the pickles. Number four, cook from scratch. Cooking from scratch, you can really take this as deep as you want. So you could take it to cooking from scratch, making a casserole, to really cooking from scratch, all the way down to making your own pasta, making your own cream of something soups, really deep down making your own bread. You could take this as far as you want to go. But even the surface level cooking from scratch is cheaper than buying a frozen lasagna from Stouffer's. Number five, minimal food waste. Eat your leftovers. Don't let anything go bad in the refrigerator. Make sure you use it up. Even if that means just putting it in the freezer until you're ready to use it, do not let it get fuzzy. Also, don't forget to scrape out your food jars. I have this really great tool. I'm going to leave it up here, and then I'm going to leave the description on where to get it down below. It's this little spatula thing. It was the best investment I've ever made as far as kitchen gadgets go. It was super inexpensive, and I pretty much use it every single day. Number six, limit your meat consumption. Everybody's heard of Meatless Mondays, right? It's a real thing, and it's a real money saver. Number seven, hand-me-downs. There were these great people that my husband worked with, Tom, and his wife would always send in big bags of boys' clothes. We benefited so much from her boys' hand-me-downs to my boys. It was the best thing, really. I'm forever grateful to Tracy for all of those bags of dinosaur clothes. Number eight, homemade cleaning products. Not real big on homemade cleaning products per se, but I do love a one-time all-purpose cleaner. Something that you can use on everything from windows to mirrors to countertops to microwaves, whatever it is. Buy one product, use it for everything. If you're into homemade cleaners, vinegar, water, baking soda, all really fantastic items. I have a video all about homemade cleaners. I'm going to leave the link above. Number nine, energy efficiency. This means turning stuff off. One of my biggest pet peeves is the little lights that are on everything. All of these appliances and things that are still plugged in seem to be little energy sucks. They all have either a time on them, like a microwave, or a little light that shows up when it's on. An air conditioner, for example. My air conditioner plug has a light on it. Why does it need to have a little light on the plug? Drives me crazy. Not only is it an energy suck, but it lights up the entire room when I'm trying to sleep at night. Turn things off when you're not using them, and even going one step further, unplug them. There is a thing called phantom power. It's a real thing, and it flows through the appliance even when it's not in use. Unplug it to save just a smidge more electricity. Number 10, reusable containers. My gram used to reuse all of the containers that everything came in. From yogurt to butter, she had an assortment of plastic containers in her cupboard that she was reusing for leftovers. If you're not a big fan of plastic, like I'm not a big fan of plastic, then I like to go for things like Pyrex containers and mason jars. Number 11, buying in bulk. This means the things that you use a lot of, buy in bulk, or the things that aren't going to go bad, you can buy in bulk. Toilet paper. We buy our toilet paper in bulk. It's not going to go bad, and it's just cheaper than buying it by the individual rolls. Things that we use often, like pasta. We eat a lot of pasta. We eat a lot of rice. I buy those things in bulk. It's just cheaper. Number 12, bartering and trading. I personally love this idea. I love to be able to barter with somebody in order to get something that I need. My husband does this often. His friend might need a trailer welded. In return, he might have something in the back of his barn that he's not using anymore that my husband's had his eye on, like maybe a snowmobile sled for small people. So they barter back and forth. My husband will weld his trailer for him, and he will get the little snowmobile trailer. Number 13, limit disposable items. This could be plastic razors, paper towels, disposable plates, and any one-time use product. Limit those as much as possible. Now, granted, I have paper plates in my cupboard. My husband really loves paper plates. I'm not a big fan. I don't really use them, but they're there in case he wants them. But limiting them to just when he actually truly needs to use them is best practice. Number 14, DIY repairs. There have been a lot of comments in the comment section of many of my videos about this one. My husband is amazing. He can fix anything. He truly can. If he can't fix it, he's going to figure out how. Many people have commented that they don't have a husband who does that, or they are single and can't do it. And I do love the fact that there are a lot of other people commenting on those comments that really we live in an information age. So anybody can learn how to do anything. Now, granted, some people just aren't physically capable of doing the work, whether it's fixing your car or changing the oil or repairing plumbing or doing an electrical upgrade, whatever it may be. But if you can, if you're fully capable, if you're an able-bodied woman, YouTube is a great resource to learn how to do this. Now, one of my inspirations, of course, is my husband, but also Prepper Princess has some really amazing videos on how she's updating her home all by herself, including electrical, flooring, drywall, painting, all of the things. She's doing a great job. I would check her out. Number 15, conserve water. Now for us in our area, paying for water is something that's pretty new. We have just recently, in the last few years, been put on metered water usage. It used to be included in our taxes. So now I'm hyper-focused and diligent about saving water. This means that while we're waiting for the water to heat up, for the dishes, I am filling another basin for rinsing afterwards. Those kinds of things are super important when you're paying for your water usage, to make sure that you're only paying for what you actually need instead of wasting the water that you're not going to use. Number 16, make homemade gifts. This is actually kind of fun. In our season of life, most of my friends are not really into getting all of the stuff. So making something for them, like making cookies or breads, maybe even things like pillowcases for their beds. Making things for them is a much better option than just buying stuff. Plus, it's less expensive, and if it's made with love, people are going to love it. Number 17, utilize the library more. Borrow books, even from friends. If you have a book exchange with friends, great idea. Right now, I'm super obsessed with the Libby app on my Kindle because I can borrow books from the library right on my Kindle. It makes me so happy. Also, just a quick tip, if you live in New York State, no matter what part of the state that you're from, you can actually get a library card from the New York City Public Library, which opens up a whole other section of books that you can borrow that maybe your library system might not have. Number 19, Thrifty Entertainment. This time of year, there are bands in parks all over the place. In our town, every Thursday down to the beach, we have bands. Totally free. You don't need any money to go and listen to good music. Number 20, this is super sweet. Handwritten correspondence. I know friends of mine who just love to get mail. They love when there's a card or a note in the mailbox just for them that's not a bill and it's not somebody trying to get them to sign up for another credit card. Handwritten correspondence are a sweet way to let somebody know that you are thinking about them. Number 20, carpooling. Regardless of whether you're going to work or you're going out shopping, cuts back on gas, saves wear and tear of your car, and gives you somebody to talk to when you're on your way to work. Number 22, I work really hard on this one. Delayed gratification. This means putting things in my Amazon cart and not buying. Going back later and visiting that cart to see if it's something that I actually need. Practice saving up for larger purchases too, and this even goes for when you really want that cookie. Making homemade bread, homemade cookies, and homemade treats. Really, it's so much cheaper. It's so much cheaper to make sugar cookies than it is to buy sugar cookies. It's so much cheaper to make a loaf of bread. It's like 25 cents a loaf. Number 24, have mending tools available. This goes from sewing kits to hammer and a nail. Have the supplies on hand to fix the things that need to be fixed around your home. Number 25, repurpose furniture. I'm a huge fan of taking furniture that you might not be using and repurposing it in another room. Or getting things used is a great idea. Honestly, the furniture of yesterday is so much better quality than the furniture of today. I've gone to furniture stores looking for specific things and I'm just not happy with the quality of the furniture for the price they're trying to sell it for. Huge advocate of buying furniture from yesterday. Number 26, non-branded items. I'm talking generic items here. This could be anything from food to clothes. Non-name brand items is going to be cheaper. And sometimes the items are actually better. Number 27, rainwater collection. It has been the rainiest July on record around these parts. And being able to collect the rainwater to use for things like your flower beds or your garden is an excellent idea. It's going to save you money off that metered price. Number 28, handwritten budget. This is huge. My grandmother used to have an envelope system. She would get old envelopes and she would keep track of how much money she spent on each part of that budget right on the envelopes. If you are looking for a budget planner, I have a free one. I'm going to leave that in the description below. Handwritten budgets allow you to physically feel and see exactly where your money is going. There's something super important about the eye-hand connection that makes your brain understand what's going on. Number 29, reusable shopping bags. Let's go back to Little House on the Prairie. They used to have cloth bags that they would put all of their stuff in from the mercantile to carry home. Now in New York State, we don't have plastic bags anymore, and they charge you for paper ones. So we all always have our own bags. Plus, Target will give you 5 cents off of your bill for every bag that you use. 30, bulk cooking. I'm a huge advocate of bulk cooking. Cook your chicken and eat it all week. Make a casserole and have it for leftovers for 3 nights. Bulk cooking will help you only heat up your oven one time, cook it all, and then eat all week. Number 31, simple celebrations. In my opinion, there's absolutely no reason to spend $300 on a 5-year-old's birthday party. Somebody told me a long time ago, depending on the child's age, should be dependent on how many guests they have. There's no reason to overwhelm a child. There's no reason for big bounce houses and zip lines to celebrate a 7-year-old's birthday party. Keep it simple and make sure they're grateful for what they have and what they're getting. Mark these celebrations with heartfelt gestures and small gatherings to keep it simple. Number 32, Upcycle Crafts. Consider turning something into something else, giving it as a gift or actually using it in your home. Number 33, mindful water heating. If you have one of those tanks, those big water heater tanks that fill up and keep the temperature of the water at a consistent temperature, consider lowering that water temperature. It only needs to be at 120 degrees in order to kill bacteria. So make sure that your water heater doesn't go above 120 degrees. There's really no reason to heat your water constantly at 132 degrees if you're not going to be able to use it at 132 degrees. It's only wasting electricity and propane or natural gas if that's how you're using your hot water heater. Number 34, limit paper usage. Using junk mail and scrap paper for grocery lists and to take notes is an excellent way to stop overutilizing and purchasing paper for no reason. My grandma used to use junk mail all the time for her lists. It would not be odd for her to go into the grocery store with her grocery list on an old envelope. And number 35, share resources. This is a great idea for bulk purchases. If it's cheaper to buy a huge bag of rice and split it up between 5 families, then do that. This sometimes is a great idea if you want to purchase, say, a full cow for the beef for your freezer, but a whole cow is just going to be way too much beef for one family. Instead, consider splitting that 3 ways for 3 families. It's going to be cheaper in the long run to purchase the cow instead of buying beef at the grocery store, number 1, and it's going to cut your cost into a third because you're going to split it with 3 other families. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate you. I hope you got some really fun little golden nuggets from this little list that I've learned from both my mom and my grandma over the years. Have a great day. Bye-bye.